If you are an ESL teacher, then you might want to try this little activity. It's fun. Use tarot cards. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to tell your student to cut the deck in half. You also tell your student to shuffle the deck and then ask them to tell them to ask you a question. One of my students, she is a mother and she has a son. So she said, well, I have a son. He didn't study at all this semester. I hope he studies harder next semester. Do you think he will study harder next semester? And then you tell her to pick a card. So she picked this card, King of Swords. Now, I don't know how to read the tarot cards. I have no idea what this means. I just made stuff up. Well, the sword means you have to make a decision, and king means masculine power, masculine energy. So your husband needs to get involved with your child's education. As long as your husband is involved with your child's education, I'm sure he will study harder next semester. You have nothing to worry about. So I said something like that. So you could do the same thing with your students. You could have your students pair up and read each other and tell fortune to each other. You could also teach them conditional sentences, like if sentences. If you do not pay attention in class, you will fail. You could also teach them probability sentences to express probabilities. For example, it will most likely rain tomorrow. So it's a fun activity. My students loved it, so you should have your students play with these cards and learn to use these English phrases. So give it a try.